I'm going to talk about tonight is a broader topic of some of the things we're doing in case research in Taiwan. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you a flavor of who we're looking at, how we're looking at them, and also why we're looking at some of them. Okay, so I think it looks like you all had this case on quanta, right? And I guess you got a summary of quanta. So we'll pass around this OLPC because, yeah, that's what I was told. Even though it's designed, we were actually just over at quanta and we rushed back here tonight. And it's even designed here. I understand it's kind of hard to find here in Taiwan. So I brought one from the States because it's intended for underdeveloped countries, so you can get them in the United States. Okay, so, anyways, here's what I propose to talk about tonight. And by the way, if you want, I welcome questions along the way, right, because some of these things I think it's useful. I'm going to start with a brief discussion about theory. Okay. What does theory look like in social science research? And then I'm going to just briefly mention what are some of the issues more broadly that we're looking at around local companies, and I think it's interesting. And then how are we doing this? Okay, so let's talk about theory first. Why should we be interested in theory? I think many of you, especially if you had some engineering or science background, we all think of scientific type theories. Right? Well, theory for management it's really a statement of what causes what and why. Right? You'd really like to understand, why do certain things happen. Now, it turns out every action that a manager takes is based upon some theory. So, for example, I'm going to drop prices, and my theory will be, if I drop prices, I will sell more and I'll make more profit. Right? So there's a theory underlying that. Okay. Or my theory will be, I'm going to acquire this other company because they can do things that I can't, and therefore I'll make more money. Right? So there's many theories, but every action a manager takes is based on theory. Every plan that a manager makes is based on some belief in cause and effect. If I do this, it will lead to certain outcomes. Right? So that seems straightforward enough. Also, many analysts, stock exchange analysts, investors, a lot of times they'll look at data on your company, and that's based on a theory as well. Right? Because if I see these numbers, if earnings are on this particular trend, the stock price should be worth this. Right? So that's based on theory. So then, how do we tell if theories are good? Because actually, managers, consultants, analysts, investors, everybody uses a lot of theory every day if you're a manager in a business. Therefore, explicit, well-researched theories of cause and effect can have tremendous value to all of these people. Okay. I don't know if some of you are in companies where the manager says, just give me the data. If anybody ever have that problem? Give me the data, and then I can decide. Anybody ever see that? Is it common? Okay. What do you think of that practice? Is that a good practice? Yeah. It seems reasonable, though, right? If you have data, you should be able to make a decision. Right? Here's the problem with that. Data is only available in the past. Right? Actually, the more serious problem is good data is only available in the distant past. Right? So if I wait for the data before I make a decision, I may miss the opportunity to make the decision because I'm waiting for data. And in fact, we've seen many companies to wait and wait. I want to see the data. If they can't get the data, they don't make the decision. They miss the opportunity. All right. So what the objective of this kind of business research is, we'd like to build theories to help managers formulate better strategy or manage more effectively or explain the behavior of markets and firms in the absence of data. Right? That's what theory will do for you explain that better. Right, so the purpose of theory is really to decide, help managers decide what to do, where do I turn, right, when I don't have enough data. Right? Now, that's a good way to think about what is business theory really good for. Okay. Now, just to talk a little bit, before I do that, let's do a little exercise, okay? Let's do a little exercise. What I'd like to do is list, can you see around this? Let me move this. Okay, what I'd like to do is list some animals you see around campus. This seems odd, right? How about an animal that you see around campus? Dog. By the way, this new building is very nice, right? Did the dog move from the old building? Yes. Okay, so anyways, I'm just going to dog. Okay, some other animals you see around campus. I'm sorry?
Sparrow.
Sparrow. A lot of sparrows? Okay, how about some other animals you see around
Squirrel.
campus? Squirrel.
Human being.
Human being. Humans. Wild animals. Anything else you see around here? Sorry? Snake. Any insects or things you see?
Mosquito.
Mosquitoes. Oh. How about one more animal? Penguin? You see penguin? It's so hot. How can it be penguin? Pigeon. Okay. That's good. Okay. Now, I wrote those in a particular order because it's kind of interesting. All right, because I could actually, I'm going to just kind of draw a triangle here. I could actually classify those, right? If I wanted to divide those into two categories, what might they be? How about animals that can fly and animals that can't fly? Okay. And actually, you know, can fly. Is there a theory there, maybe, that you see? What do you think? Is there a correlation between animals that can fly and that can't fly?
It's just a fact.
That's an effect, okay. But you know, 200 years ago, people had this theory that, well, animals that have wings can fly. Right? So you know too much. Right? You know that, okay, but you know, early on, you could certainly argue that animals with wings can fly. Animals without wings can't fly. Right? So the theory might be with wings can fly. Okay. Now, were there people who believed this? Actually, if you look back in the history books, there were a lot of people who strapped wings onto their arms and jumped off church steeple or jumped off bridge. Okay, and natural selection removed all those people. Right? Okay, but you know, so what that was an example of correlation. Right. This is just correlation